I left the pizza on the kitchen table just like the customer asked, but when I walked back outside, 2 masked men were breaking into my van. My 7-year-old daughter was currently in there alone. By the time I got to it, the van had already sped off. I panicked and went to call 911, but I got a text from my ex-wife. "I just got a ransom message for our daughter. Isn't she with you?" I instantly freaked out and dialed 911. A cruiser picked me up and I got in the back and we started driving. I got a text from my daughter's number telling me to wire $50,000 or I'll never see her again. But $50,000 was my custody battle money, my whole life savings. I was still thinking what to do when they texted again. "For every minute we don't get the money, we're taking a finger." Then they sent a video of them shooting my daughter's pinky finger off. I went pale and wired everything immediately. My wife texted again, "Oh my God, what have you done?" And I didn't know how to respond. The officer hit the accelerator and we saw the van. I prayed my daughter was alive, but then another video came in. He was holding a gun to her head, screaming, "Back off or we shoot." My daughter cried, "Please daddy, save me," and I begged the officer to stop, but he just drove faster, saying this was a scare tactic and they wouldn't actually shoot her. A dozen police cars converged ahead and they blocked the van from driving forward. It fully stopped. The officers stepped out and started running. I sprinted behind them. My phone went off. One last chance. I knew if the officers did anything, my baby girl was dead. I had to stop them, but they just tore open the back door of the van before I could reach them. What I saw made me freeze. A masked man had my daughter as a human shield, a gun at her temple. Her face was bruised. Everything froze. She screamed, "Daddy," and tried to break free, but the man gripped her tighter and placed his finger on the trigger. I saw dried blood around where her pinky should have been. The officers drew their guns, and I couldn't stop crying. My baby was about to die. The man looked around for what must have been 10 minutes. Then he dropped his head and slowly lowered his weapon. My daughter ran to hug me, and I just rubbed the knuckle where her pinky used to be. But then the officers rushed the men and pulled off their masks immediately. My stomach dropped because one of the men was my ex-wife. We made eye contact, but when my daughter saw me looking, she turned around. She saw her mother, and her face dropped. "But that's Mommy! Mommy shot my finger!" She looked at her missing pinky and started crying even harder.